They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. Oh no, right at the start, he loses the football.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the...
I've been shooting from a cannon. Mid-flight, hit every side, I ain't landing. Handles like a vandal at night, you can't grab it. Fire underneath my hood is outstanding. Blast through a wall of bricks like Superman did. Ain't nothing holding me back but me standing. So I'ma take off right now from this planet. The new sound has been found in yo. I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in the music. I wanna rise in the ceiling, yes I do. I think it's time to see a brand new menu. I said I'm born in a million. Born in a million. Born in a million. Born in a million. Alright now. You with me? I said, are you with me? Wake up to see my brand new horizon. The world's in my hands and the sun's tantalizing. Grab hold of mine if you want some.
From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And here we go from LA. Darius Davis to return it. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Right to the air is Herbert. This into the hands of Will Dissly. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
Now right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. We're working a couple of yards past the line. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Herbert now off the play fake. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On 3rd down, Herbert. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
Brown's kick is up and good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Dameon Pierce now to return it. He's got a lane up past the 30. Field flipping return as he brought it down on the opposite side of the 50.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on a short field, and you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone.
1st down, Stroud. That's a catch for Nico Collins. 35 on the pickup. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you you get an explosive play on a drive in the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
They send a receiver in motion right. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
It's Mixon on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
Everly's kick is good. And we're all tied up now in the 1st half.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Herbert. it. Azeez Al-Shire has it. And the Texans twist the knife after that interception. Wow, they took it all the way back to the 20-yard line before being stopped.
That is just a big-time individual effort, Kate, defensively. First, he takes the ball away, and then he's looking for points, right? He turns from defense to offense, and one more move, and he might have broken it to the house.
1st and 10, around to Mixon. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Shotgun now, 1st round. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans parlay the interception into points. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And he's brought down for a loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. They're going for it. It's Herbert. That's cut beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They find 21 yards and get the 1st down. Oh, baby, what a call to go for it on 4th. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Herbert on 1st down. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
On play action, here's Stroud. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. From the gun, Stroud. Completed over the middle. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Stopped by Deion Henley.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Throwing on third down, Stroud. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Nico Collins with the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans double their lead to 14. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30. They run the counter with Dobbins. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Completed here to Johnston. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it brings up an LA first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
He's going to push one. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Jimmy Ward has it. And the Texans take over as they intercept it for the 3rd time in just our opening quarter. Oh, man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
And And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. It's a two-score game early. We're back to SoFi right after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They'll begin the quarter with 2nd and 8. Keeping it with Mixon. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. That's Denzel Perryman in on the stop. Gets him close to 4, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Stroud now on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Stroud off the play fake. Schultz with the catch. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Sending a receiver left. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Houston. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they paid the price over and over and over again.
Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans stretch their lead to 21. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. This return makes it up to the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. No one around. He's got space. And the Texans get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
Big carbon here like Mayweather. Tula come through and bow up. Got
innovative. I'm cocky, when I was just humble, they didn't appreciate it. Young, wealthy, and wretched, I'm the hood. Motivation on top of the world.
This is the NFL on EA Sports. We're 10 miles south of downtown LA as you get a look inside SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow going to begin this one with a pass. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
2nd down, Burrow. Oh, intercepted on the 2nd play of the game. That's the safety, Cameron Curl. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the ground, former Notre Damer Kyron Williams. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cam Taylor-Britt.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
First run of the game here for Chase Brown. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Brown. He'll manage only a couple. Christian Roseboom there on the tackle. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. It'll be a pickup of 10. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Now Brown. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. On the ground, it's Brown. And the defense all over this one. They knock them down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
You're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Burrow. He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down mark. The Bengals ready to punt this one away. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. First down, Stafford. That'll be taken in. It's DeMarcus Robinson. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Cup in motion. On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And this is going to be a Rams first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. On play action, it's Stafford. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Logan Wilson.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run here with Brown. And he'll get this forward only to about the 32-yard line. Now, pause here. Injured player. It's Jamar Chase, who's in some discomfort. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
They need to get this to the 23. Here's 3rd down. Now, Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Here's Smith to return it. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. For the middle, it's Cup. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the gun, here's Stafford. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. A shotgun snap to Stafford. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So 4th down, the Rams will send out Ethan Evans to punt. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. A carry here for Brown. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Gesicki, the man in motion. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Throwing is Burrow. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. Throw right side, hauled in by Cup. Into space. And he will score. Cooper Cup, touchdown Rams. Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Rams move out to a 7-3 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Burrow here on second down. This one deep downfield for Chase.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. He's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes...
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Christian Roseboom. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that.
That is caught. What a throw. Cooper, Cup, touchdown, L.A. Make it 2 touchdowns in the very first quarter of play. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the first quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer. Because right now, they don't have one.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away.
Recovered by the receiving team.
Slot man in motion right. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And he's got a Bengals first down as the tackle's made just shy of the 30.
Once you see that guy coming across the formation pre-snap, Mike, you have to be thinking jet sweep instantly. It's just such a dangerous play that always has the potential for this type of yardage, especially when he wins that race to the edge.
Now give on the ground. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Bengals going to have a first down. So after one, 14-3 is the score. We're back in Southern California in a moment. So, a couple of first downs will give them first and 10. They're at the 41. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain.
I just don't love the look of this offense so far in this game, Mike. I mean, this first half, they've been flat, they've been lethargic. There hasn't been a lot of urgency, and we saw it again on this last play. Simple handoff, no gain, same story.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To throw is Burrow. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Christian Roseboom.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Off play action. It's Stafford. Taking the deep shot here with Robinson. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Here we go. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And this defense having nothing of that. They get him down behind the line.
When you come across on a jet sweep, Mike, you're hoping once you get the ball, all you see is green grass and open space. Well, in this case, he had a lot of unhappy defenders waiting for him, and they're able to put him down behind the line.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Here's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Stafford. He'll locate Cup. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Cup in motion. Play action, Stafford. That's into the hands of the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
On first down, Stafford. Pass is completed to Cup. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Jermaine Pratt up to make the stop. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Cup in motion. He'll try to run for it with Williams. And he's not going to get the first down. They met him, brought him down to the backfield on 3rd and short.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. Stafford to throw it. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jermaine Pratt.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Well, it's been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Third and long. Burrow. He's got a receiver. It's Chase. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
That's about as big time as you get. There's a saying, Mike, that you really judge your quarterback by his ability to operate, not only on 3rd down, but what they call 3rd and pass, meaning it's such a long down and distance, they have no choice but to air the ball out. And when you can convert 3rd downs at that distance, chances are you got a pretty big-time quarterback.
Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. To throw is Burrow. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A first down throw for Burrow. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Gesicki, the man in motion. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Christian Roseboom.
Well, I don't think it takes any real high-level analysis, Mike. When you turn the ball over at this rate, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. I mean, it's just very simple. You got to protect the football if you want any chance of turning around this one.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Stafford. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jermaine Pratt. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
You know, Mike, we're seeing both these offenses come out here and play a little fast and loose in the passing game. The last 2 throws for each team, both resulting in an interception. Now, don't get me wrong. Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next 2 drives, come out here, establish the run, dose of ground and pound. Let's settle things down offensively and regroup for the rest of this game.
They face 2nd down and 7. Back to throw, Burrow. A tick under 2 minutes until halftime. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break. Here's 3rd and 7. Burrow to throw. This one complete to Higgins. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Darius Williams. Past the 40. Inside the 20. And he's going to take this back all the way. Touchdown, Los Angeles. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party. A pick 6 for... They are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now you've just seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the first half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick six.
The extra point from Carney is good. And the Rams move out to a 21-3 advantage. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Now, right on the heels of the pick six, he is intercepted. Picked off by Christian Roseboom.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
First and 10. Now it's Stafford. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, Stafford. Huff brings it in left side. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4. So we reach halftime in what has been, to this point, a one-sided game. As we'll send you over to Orlando, our EA Sports halftime report with the coach, Jonathan, all yours. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the 2nd half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Geno Stone with the tackle.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. Play action now for Stafford. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around...
And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. That's the linebacker, Logan Wilson.
So we saw in the first half, Mike, they were willing to take some risks. It allowed them to build this halftime lead. Now the opposing sideline, they're looking... They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their offense coming back on the field with a chance to cut this deficit.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now, Burrow. He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. A gain of 21 on that pass play. And the Bengals going to have a 1st down.
Here we go.
Throwing is Burrow. He'll tuck it and take off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's in. Chase Brown. Touchdown, Bengals.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
The kick is good. Makes the score Rams 21, Bengals 10. Kevin McPherson with the kickoff for Cincinnati.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. This one is caught by Robinson. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. So on comes Joshua Carty to try this field goal. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. Carty's kick is good. And the Rams are going to open up a 2-touchdown lead, 24-10.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground, and that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. Gesicki, the man in motion. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down. Burrow from out of the gun here and the rush gets home. He'll go down. Thank God.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
before he can even think about returning that one. Whoa! Now a first down throw for Stafford. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often. And it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
They go play action with Stafford. And this ball batted away and incomplete. Geno Stone that time, all over him in coverage.
It's his ability to change direction. He's able to go from his back pedal to then driving that route fast enough that he gets to the ball immediately as it arrives, and he's able to knock it down.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly in his 3rd and 10. It's complete. He's got Cup. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. Nakua snags it over the middle. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. Number 15 gets 15 yards out of that one, and he's got his team a 1st down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
In motion, it's Robinson. And more of the same. Another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermine before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8. Burrow now. And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of LSU.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But